Hello, my name is Will and welcome to the Band Survival Guide. I will get straight into the video, but since this is the debut episode of my brand new channel, I just wanted to say thank you for joining me. You've already taken the first steps towards being the best band member that you can be. There is no written formula that leads to success in the music industry, so the aim of the Band Survival Guide is to equip you with the skills and knowledge to give you the edge to succeed in this ever-changing industry. So if you want to up your game as an unsigned independent musician, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell to make sure you never miss an episode. Let's start this journey together. So continuing off from a video that I did on my old channel, here are 5 more mistakes that bands need to stop making. Number 1, having no image. If your band looks like a bunch of complete strangers that have just met 5 minutes before going on stage, then you have a serious issue. And the sad thing is, I see local bands making this mistake all the time, and I can tell you for a fact that I have also made this mistake in previous bands. Image is so important. Most of the time, the first thing that people notice about a band is the way they look. And in the age of social media, your image needs to sum up what you are about. You need to make an immediate impression on that person scrolling through their newsfeed to stop them and say, oh, these guys look a bit like the Arctic Monkeys. I love the Arctic Monkeys. I'll check them out. If you're really good looking, that might help. But unfortunately, we're not all lucky enough to look like Robert Pattinson. And no, I don't mean that one. However, we can at least try to look cool, right? Especially on platforms like Instagram, it's all about the aesthetic. So if you can pick out a really cool look that your fans love, you're more likely to attract other fans that will also love your music. As well as that, your image needs to match your sound. It needs to represent the message of your music and also the culture behind it. There are some exceptions to this rule, however. Take a band like Ghost. I mean, they look like they'd just be happy to sacrifice a goat in your front room, but when you listen to them, they kind of sound like ABBA with distorted guitars, so it's a bit of a weird one, that. However, on the most part, we are not the exception, so it helps us a lot if we create an image around the sound that we're trying to go for. For example, if you're in a hardcore band, stone-coloured cuffed chinos, some Vans old schools, and a beanie hat with an oversized hoodie works perfectly. It might be a bit cliche, but at least the fans think, yeah, those guys are a hardcore band. It's easy to identify straight away. It gives potential fans an indication of what your band might sound like. If you're unsure on where to start, just go and look at similar bands to you, draw from what they're doing, and use their image as something to take inspiration from and something to build off. Mistake number 2, having a rubbish band name. This one seems obvious, but I'm sure we've all had great difficulty trying to think up an original band name. This can lead to bands getting really creative with their band names, and I find especially in metal you get some groups with ridiculous names that are just unpronounceable. I've gone to so many local metal gigs where there'll be that one symphonic metal group with a name like Gaothatharacadian. And they always have to explain what it means in English, and they say, oh no, it means winds of change in Gaelic. Well, the problem is, no one can pronounce it. And when you announce it over the mic, welcome to the stage, Gaoth. No one can understand what you're saying when you announce on stage. Not to mention, it's impossible to spell. So it's pretty much unsearchable for any new potential fan that enjoyed Gaothatharacadian's set that night. They're not a real band, by the way, I just use Google Translate. It does actually mean winds of change though, so the more you know. On the other extreme, your name also needs to be unique. It can't be something super generic like Bread. And no, I'm not talking about the 70s soft rock band. The problem is, if you have something really generic, you just won't rank in a Google search, and it makes it almost impossible for you to find. Think of something that's specific to you, or maybe a combination of words that won't be referenced to anything else that could be established in pop culture. Quick side note, this one's 2 extreme metal bands. Get a logo that is readable. A logo that looks like the day's work of a skilled tree surgeon might look edgy and it might look cool, but no one can read it. Oh! God, I've really got to calm down. I've got a vein popping out of my head. Oh shit. Mistake number 3. Complaining about Spotify. Now, this is a bit of a pet peeve of mine because It gets annoying when people just bang on about how Spotify is ripping them off, but I also think it's a mistake that holds back independent musicians. Personally, I think Spotify is brilliant for musicians. It is probably the most advanced music discovery tool that has ever existed, and it allows us to get our music in front of audiences that we otherwise would never have. So why are musicians, particularly local bands, always whinging and whining about Spotify? The issue is, we can't make any money from it as small independent artists because they just don't pay enough per stream. Here's the thing though, complaining about it while you still upload your music on it is not only dumb, but it's also... sorry, that sounds so harsh. It's not only dumb, but it's also a waste of time. The pros of discoverability and the ability to carve out a niche for yourself using an advanced algorithm that puts you together with similar artists far outweighs the cons of not being paid at an unsigned level. And to add to that, if you could only sell CDs instead with your current fan base at a small unsigned level, I'm really sorry to say, but I don't think you could make any money either. Wasting your time complaining about Spotify is pointless, especially when you could be working on more realistic revenue streams such as merchandise, Patreon, affiliate marketing, live streaming, the list goes on. Don't waste your time fighting trends, focus your energy on something that you can achieve. Focus your energy on something positive. Make way! Mistake number 4. Spending all of your money on expensive gear. First of all, your fans don't really give a shit that you've got a £3,000 amp and a pretentious vintage original stock guitar. What they care about is, do you sound good and are you entertaining? You can do that with relatively cheap gear, and paying for pricey gear doesn't make you a better musician. Focus on your playing, focus on your stage presence, be entertaining live. If you're spending all of your money on price equipment instead of something that is actually helpful to the development of your band, such as promotion, then you're just a hobbyist. And make no mistake, being a hobbyist is perfectly fine. But on the Band Survival Guide, we're focusing on developing young unsigned bands into something more. We need promotion to grow, and to get good promotion, we need to pay. So if you are serious about your band, what is better? Spending £1,000 on a guitar, or spending £1,000 on a professional marketing campaign? We'll try this like Dora the Explorer, where I put up the answer. Which one is it, guys? It's the marketing campaign. A promotional campaign with that sort of money behind it could really grow your fan base and really do wonders for your band. It would lead to more fans, which would mean more merch sales, which would mean more live ticket sales, and eventually you could turn your band into a business, which is the ultimate aim. Prioritise your spending by making smart decisions with your band's finances. And the final mistake, number 5, not networking at shows. If you don't network at shows, you're not investing in other people that will make your band grow. And this is a huge mistake that I see a lot of local bands making, and I think it is one of the major reasons why bands don't go anywhere. You can be really good, you can be really talented, you can write killer songs, but if you don't have the right people around you to grow, things can just fall flat, which is really sad. Now tell me this, how many bands have you played with where they finish their set and then they just leave? Don't be that band if you can help it. If you hang about, you will get talking to people, and there's a high chance that a few of those people will work in the industry. They might find that they love your band and therefore offer their knowledge and support, or they might know somebody else who can help you get to where you want to be. And these moments are integral to your band's growth. There have been so many gigs that I've done where I've met a lovely person and had a really nice chat with them, completely unaware that 6 months down the line they would be booking my band for bigger gigs, or they would be putting a good word into other industry professionals. Your growth can really snowball if you just impress that one important person. And it's not just individuals either. Surround yourself with bands that are doing cool things within your scene or your niche. Finn McKenzie of the Punk Rock MBA, which is an awesome channel that I recommend everyone checks out, even though he doesn't need my promotion, he's doing just fine without me. But he says that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with most, or something to that effect. And it's the same when it comes to your band. Make sure to surround yourself with people that are more talented than you, people who are more experienced than you, and you will always be kept on your toes. Try and glean as much knowledge and info from them, make friends with them. It all starts at a hello. Just make sure that you have a friendly conversation with them before you start diving into industry things. Don't go asking them favours straight away, because it comes off as very rude, as you're not offering them any value or any services in return. In addition to that, don't be over-friendly. You don't need to schmooze people. And on the other extreme, don't talk like a robot, like you're in some sort of corporate boardroom. Just be yourself, be friendly, be polite, and you really can't go wrong. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry I got a bit ranty on the band logo thing. I still hope it was informative though. Let me know in the comments what are the biggest mistakes you see bands making, and have you made any of these mistakes yourself? I know for a fact that I have. Let's have a good old chat in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos like this. I'm going to be working really hard on this channel to give you guys multiple videos every week, so I would really appreciate that. Anyway, I'm Will, thanks for watching. This has been the Band Survival Guide. I will see you in the next video.